Hey everybody, welcome to Bourbon and Branding. My name is Jason.
I'm Dave.
And today we are drinking Bruichladdich The Classic Laddie.
Departing from the...
we are departing from our normal bourbon, that is true.
The bourbon trail.
But I'm excited.
But hopping a boat to Scotland.
We're getting on the Bruichladdich
boat.
I
Alliteration,
don't know.
man.
I can't think of the words. But all right, let's dive in. All right, Dave, we are drinking the Bruichladdich The Classic Laddie. So we are, like we said, we're departing from the normal bourbon, I guess, routine that we have, switching it up a little bit.
Scotch is good.
Yeah, well, this was kind of like what was on the shelf, what caught our eye. We thought we would just do a quick episode on more of like probably the branding part of it than the whiskey, I suppose, just because this is such a bold...
The packaging
is such a, like, I mean, it's the only aqua blue bottle on the shelf, so it just kind of stands out. Like,
yeah.
I mean...
And there was a lot of thought that went into it, too, and we'll talk about that. But
cheers. All right. So I am a Scotch guy. I mean, I do... lean towards like the Lagavulins of the world. I am more of a peaty. They actually say this is unpeated, but I feel like I can always smell a little bit of peat in Scotch. But I guess we'll see. I don't know, but See, every time I smell Scotch, I get just a hint of, but it's not smoky, but it's like, I don't know. I get a peat smell, but
like the ocean.
It's probably just subconscious. I don't know. Something in my brain. But the packaging is kind of why we decided to have this episode, though. I mean...
And this isn't even the newest iteration of the packaging.
No. So, yeah, they don't even... Well, you were reading up on it, but they don't put it in the tin anymore. I got the one with the tin, which actually I brought with me because...
Make you feel good about yourself?
It's so cool, though. I mean, I get why they're doing it. We'll talk about that, but... I mean, I mean, it's beautiful. It's awesome. The modern era design, the sans serif fonts. It's nice. I think it's cool.
But I thought it was, in learning a little bit more about this, the blue is a reference to the islands where they make the whiskey itself. So the water around the island, they wanted to reference that. And then even to tell the story even more, of course, they're captivated by the place they make it. They want to care for the environment. So their whole thing, was it Rona Anderson, the head of their design, who's doing all this, was saying how they wanted to reduce their carbon footprint. So they've actually reduced their carbon footprint through like recycling the glass. I know the newer bottles are like a thinner glass, and they no longer have the tin, so of course to reduce the weight. So shipping it is less expensive, and making the glass with the recycled glass. So it's like, they said it was down like 65% more carbon friendly for the environment, which, I think if you can do something to reduce the amount of waste that we make, as human beings, we make a ton of it. I think, we should. Why not? Discard everything that means nothing, get rid of it, and, make whatever's there earn its place in the story. And I think they've done a good job with that. Yeah.
Well, on the tin, too, it gives a lot of the story. It gives a lot of...
But they said, a lot of that moved to the bottle.
Yeah. I've seen the new bottles at the liquor store, but I haven't given a lot of attention to, what they moved from the tin to the bottle. I mean, just from a purely catch your eye, makes you curious, from a consumer standpoint, like if you don't really know a lot about Scotch or you don't really know about, I mean, you just gravitate to it because it's so different. I mean, and I know Bruichladdich does they have some other iterations where they paint the bottle so it's not like a clear bottle. Not the blue. I think it's like a black. I think it's like, I think it's called the dark arts or something. I don't know, something
water at night.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a cool package. It's funny because I have this on the shelf in my office, and everybody that comes to my office always gravitates to it. They always pick it up. They always want to look at it. They're always curious about it. So
it stands out.
Yeah,
it stands out. I mean, whether or not like the promise with the taste is there.
I was gonna say so. Yeah, so that's interesting because this is really bold. Yeah, and I would say that this is not particularly bold.
You had mentioned at one point, we had chatted about this one, and you said, what is it, like the nostalgia of the sea or something? Yeah,
well, there's, I mean, I don't know, you guys let us know what you think, if you've had Bruichladdich, what you think. So, like, there is, the taste for me is, it's not, I don't know, it's not salty enough to be the ocean, there's not, like, it doesn't have that, but there's something in it where, like, there's like a briny, seaweedy, I don't really know how to describe it.
Kelp.
Yeah, it's very kelpish.
It's very
kelpish. I don't know.
Kelpy.
There's something, so it's a very mild whiskey. It's not, I mean, it is 100 proof, so that it's got that going for them, but, if you added water or you added ice to it, I think you would lose a lot of the flavor
of the ocean.
Of the ocean. It doesn't taste like the ocean, but it's.
So when
I guess I haven't like tasted the ocean in a while. But
when I was a kid, I was.
You're gonna tell me that you tasted the ocean?
I was a weird kid, man. Go figure. So when I was a kid, we'd go to the ocean, and I can still remember like running out there, and I would try to stick my face in or cup a little bit, and I would try to drink the ocean water.
Oh my goodness!
And my mom would probably flip out and lose her mind, but I don't know that. And my dad had a shop, and where he kept his car. Like he had a sweet Stingray, and he had a lawnmower or a ride-on lawnmower, and I would always go and open the gas tank and smell the gas. Then my mom found out, and she's like,
"Well, to be fair though, gas does smell pretty good. So
this smells better than gas, even.
This does.
Right?
Yeah,
well,
true.
I don't know.
I mean, gas is a very unique.
That's nostalgic for me.
There is too. Yeah, it's true. I don't know. It's good. I'm gonna say that I think I like the packaging more than I like the whiskey. Not to say the whiskey's bad, because I like the packaging. It looks really good, but it doesn't really. It's not like I wouldn't say it's an easy sipper in the sense that it's lacking. It's just not very creative in my mind. There's not a lot going on. There's a sweetness to it, a little bit of a sweetness to it.
Do you feel like the packaging is, for you, making up for that at all? Like you said you gravitated it towards it when you were at the store. You saw the presentation. You said people when they see it, they immediately gravitate towards it. Do you feel like it's like a lie? Like it's like you did a great job presenting this. Like, in other words, do you feel like they're putting lipstick on a pig? Is that what you're saying? Or do you just feel like it's not quite what you were expecting?
Well, so it's funny because it's a very light. I
mean, there's a lot of light scotches, though.
There are, but I mean, so you don't know what you're getting when you buy it, right? You don't know what the scotch is going to look like. And I mean, again, I'm probably overstating in some sense that it's not good. It is a very good whiskey.
It's worth having on the shelf.
It's worth having on the shelf. I think it's an interesting talking point. I think Honestly, I think if somebody's trying to get into Scotch, this might be a decent way to go because it doesn't really overwhelm you with any particular flavor.
Yeah.
It's not too smoky. Well, it's not smoky at all, really. So it might be a good introduction to Scotch.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I think I like the packaging more than I like the Scotch. I will leave it there. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think. All right, I'm gonna give my score because I've already I'm beating it up, but I don't. It's not that. You guys will be surprised by my score, I think. So I'm actually gonna give it a 3.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3.
Three's pretty good.
I think the reason why I'm going to go 3, it's probably a pairing of the whiskey and the packaging. I really like the packaging, and God, I'd go 2.5 if I could, but I'm going to stick with a 3. I wouldn't drink it daily, but I would drink it neat, mostly because I think it probably couldn't handle an ice cube or any type of water or anything like that. But yeah, I'll go 3, neat, not a daily drinker.
Do you, for you, with kind of like the presentation that they have, the sans serif fonts, the bright, bold colors, honestly, there's reminiscence of I'm thinking even a lot of tech companies and everything right now presenting a lot of their visual identity in this way. Do you feel like in your mind it's elevated within the whiskey world as far as the presentation, or does it diminish it for you when you wish it was a little more traditional? Where, does it, in other words, does it bother you
that the whiskey's not as good as the branding?
No, that do you feel like the way that it's packaged is
because it's so
confusing
different
at all? Yeah, I'm curious your thoughts on if it's confusing at all for you.
It's very untraditional. I mean, obviously everything that I have up there and everything that you see in every liquor store, for the most part, is a clear bottle. Sometimes they go with a green bottle.
There's definitely some playful.
There are, but very rarely are they fully painted. Fully covered.
And I think maybe it's the bold color, the mechanism they chose that telling that story that way.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm put off by it. I think it works.
You said you liked it. I think I was more put off in the. I don't know if put off's the right thing to say, but I meant more, do you feel like it's aligned with what it is in your mind, or it works because it stands out, but you wish the whiskey stood out more, I guess is what I'm hearing.
I think it works for what it is. I would assume, I don't know the people at Bruichladdich, I don't know that, but this gives a very, I would think they're happy people.
They're probably drinking whiskey all day.
I don't know.
Either they're really happy or they're really depressed.
They're not boring. It's
that's true.
So I don't know. They're creative. They're
I like
risky.
That. Yeah.
But again, like I said, I like the packaging more than I like the whiskey. So.
Well, I'm gonna give my score.
Okay.
I'm not gonna beat around the bush.
Okay.
Here. Is that's the right expression?
I think so.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a 2.
That's fine. That's fair.
Because
I was leaning.
We've had a lot of good scotches.
That's true.
A lot of good scotch.
I could have gone 2. I think the branding helped me get to the 3, but I agree. I think 2's fine. 2's fair.
And knowing that in the back of my mind.
Not a bad 2.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you say 2 and it sounds like it's a terrible.
2 isn't a bad score. It's not
That's true.
Brokers or Old Crow or something. It's not. It's not on that bottom shelf, hidden back of the corner right there, where if you buy it and go take it up front, the clerk's like, "Are you sure you want to buy that? I'll take your money, but I don't think that you really want that kind of look." You've all seen this before.
Yeah, they hold on to it a little tighter. and then make you go in for it.
I know it's only $9, but I really don't think you should spend. I think you should. It's like a kid. I think you should save your money, kid.
Yeah, there's a way better way of spending your $9.
Yeah. So it's not that. So I'm going to say 2. Neat. Not a daily drinker.
Yeah.
The bottle's really interesting. It's worth having on the shelf. and I would, I'd share it with my friends, and I would let them know that I enjoy it, but it's not my favorite bottle in the world.
Yeah.
If you like this and you want to be more adventurous, we can, break into some Lagavulin or something,
Yeah, for sure. Cool. All right, well, tell us what you think. Let us know if you are a fan of the Bruichladdich, the Classic Laddie, or if you have another Bruichladdich rendition that you prefer.
And we are bourbon and branding, so while we enjoy, of course, obviously enjoy the whiskey, if you guys are on here and you're watching and you have any thoughts on the packaging too.
Yeah, or a particular bottle that you like the packaging.
Let
us know so we can check it out. Please like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Feel free to write in the comments what you think about Bruichladdich, what you think about us, I guess, if you want to, or whatever. Yeah, whatever. But thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.